What is going on, guys? Andrew Acevedo here, back with another video. We are here for my first AEW video on the channel. AEW Revolution was last night, and since I did not give you a full Super Showdown Saudi Arabia review, I only gave you the Fiend video. This is my I wasn't anticipating making this video because I did not buy the show. I'm making that clear. I did not buy the show. I did not watch it live. I watched the matches after the fact on YouTube. So I watched mostly the matches I cared about. I saw some of I watched the full show highlights for the matches I really didn't care about, but I watched the 4 big matches. That's what we want to talk about. I was kicking right into it. SCU and the Dark Order on the pre-show. Dark Order pick up the win. They kind of needed this win because the Exalted One is coming. We did not get a tease of any of that. We did not get Matt Hardy. Some people thought Matt Hardy would be on the show. We did not get Matt Hardy. But we did get it. Technically, we did get a tease when Cole Cabana came out to save SCU. They got beat down. And then Christopher Daniels in a robe and a cloak comes out, reveals himself not to be the Exalted One, helps out SCU, because that was the original rumor it was going to be Daniels. It's not. Dark Order gets the win. The babyfaces, that was no pre-show, just get the pre-show win, or got to come up after the match. Dark Order gets the win, move on. We're waiting to see who the Exalted One is. Matt Hardy is officially a free agent now. I'm recording this on March 1st. He is now a free agent. We'll see how long it takes before Matt Hardy is revealed to be the Exalted One on Dynamite. They kicked off the show with Jake Hager's in-ring debut, taking on Dustin Rhodes. I really wasn't invested as some people were. And the fans really were into this match, but it shouldn't have opened the card. Because they were waiting for this match to really pick up, and it was, slow. It was a big guy match. It was a bigger guys working the arms. Dustin, it was a decent match. I really didn't care much about it. I watched the highlights. It looked pretty good. Jake Hager's wife was involved so much when every time Hager would do something bad or take some damage or receive damage, they'd pan over to see her reaction. Maybe she's going to be an on-air valet or something, because they kept, anytime Hager did a move or took a move, they went to her. It was okay. Hager gets the win with his submission he uses in Bellator. I mean, finally they gave one of the big guys they signed the win in their debut since Jeff Cobb lost and Wardlow lost his first match. Hopefully Lance Archer doesn't get the same fate and actually gets the win. Be intrigued, what does he do on Dynamite on Wednesday? First match I was really excited for, Darby Allin taking on Sammy Guevara. First Inner Circle match, the second loss, the first loss Inner Circle. Match started off right. Even before the bell, Sammy does a suicide dude through the turnbuckles into the corner on Guevara. They battle on the outside. Sammy threw Darby into the post and then a jumping super kick. They battle around the ringside area. Sammy Guevara pulls out a table Darby plants Sammy on the barricade, belly bent over, and he goes for a suicide dive, and his foot hits the ropes, and he torpedoes towards Guevara's head. It looked bad. He came in hot, and he hit his foot on the ropes, and he just went from here to a drop. I think he landed on his head. It was a bad looking spot. After that, Guevara hit Sammy with the skateboard over top of his head, takes advantage, then pulls out a table, sets up Darby. This all happens before the bell rings. Sets up Darby on the table, and goes up to the top and hits a picture-perfect 630 through the table. Jesus, Sammy Guevara, you're freaking Spanish. I mean, they call him Spanish. Sammy's really good. Both of these guys are amazing. The match finally starts. Right after the bell, it's shotgun dropkick from Guevara on Darby. Darby goes for a pin. Darby kicks out. Then Sammy starts working the neck again of Darby, and Darby's being the babyface, trying to get the crowd into it. Darby goes, He hits a stunner, and then Darby's on top. Guevara tried to suplex Darby from the top rope. Darby pushes him off, and then Guevara comes in, jumps Spanish fly from the top. Then Guevara goes to the turnbuckle to do some, gotta get the heel tags, removes the turnbuckle cover. Darby monkey flips him into the turnbuckle, into the flinting stunner, into the coffin drop, and Darby picks up the win. This should have started the show because it was high pace, high spots. The fans just love Darby Allin, and Darby after the match tried to kill Guevara's neck with a skateboard. Jake Hager came out and saved Sammy G. I thought it was a really good match, but it was not match of the night because that moved on to the tag team title match. The Young Bucks taking on the champions, Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. This was the greatest tag team match I've ever... It's one of the greatest. I don't know, because I was there for DIY and the Revival, and that's the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. And maybe I'm biased because I saw it live, but this is definitely the best AEW match this has it put on in the year and a half they've been together. This is the best AEW match, bar none. This was better than the Escalera ladder match with the Bucks and the Lucha Bros, Omega and Pac. Like, this is probably the best match AEW has, and this is going to be a match of the year, or a candidate, at minimum, a candidate at the end of the year. Because this match was fucking insane. I mean, it starts off, the Bucks were babyface, like, they were protecting of Kenny when he was in the ring, but when Hangman was in the ring, they healed it up. Stiff working. As the match went on, they started to turn on Omega and started, treating us like this is a competition. I'm trying to beat you. While they were still being somewhat friends, Omega saved Nick from going through a table. Hangman wanted to powerbomb through the table. Omega pulls him to get him into the ring. What's it called? I wrote down the notes. There was so many. The Bucks were working on Kenny, and Hangman goes in, and they went for like a double super kick, bounce off the ropes. Hangman pulls the ropes down, goes over, hits the moonsault from the top, which is picture perfect moonsault. Hangman was just, the crowd was all about the cowboy shit. They started those chants like every time Hangman and offense in. Once after we got back into the ring, the Bucks took advantage. They hit a freaking Canadian Destroyer on Page, and then the Bucks took him in the corner. Nick hit him with a cheeky Nando, and then from the top rope hits a sliced bread off Matt's shoulders into the ring. Gets the near fall. And then Hangman, this is what popped me hard. Hangman does the fake out super kick, which is notorious for someone not being in All Elite Wrestling, which you can see him somewhat over there, not Venom, the other one. My favorite wrestler, Marty Scurll, which was not the last tease of Marty, because Hangman does Marty's freaking gimmick, spins around, and puts the crossface chicken wing on Matt Jackson. I popped hard for this. And this continues the trend of, will Marty show up in AEW? Because he signed that massive deal with ROH, but he can work he can work with NWA, he could work with New Japan. Meltzer said he could work with AEW if he wants, and maybe this could be an open relationship between New Japan and Ring of Honor and AEW, because they keep teasing, they tease him on being the Elite, and this is the first time on TV. Jericho teased him in a promo when he said the villain, he said Marty, and then they cut him off. But this is another time they continue to tease Marty and AEW, and I am all for Marty being in AEW. So I popped hard for that. Then Omega and Hangman take advantage again. Moving in, Omega tries to hit a super one-winged angel from the top. He has him up, but he works the Bucks kept working the shoulder a little bit. Now when they were going a little heelish, worked the shoulder, he couldn't hit it. It was Nick turning into a Spike Runner from the top. I don't like moves. I don't like anything with my neck. I have a bad neck, so watching wrestling with these pile drivers, it hurt. And that, damn it, Bucks. So yeah, then they go work on Hangman. Hangman broke it up. Then Matt threw him out. Matt started doing three of the suplexes on the the walkway. 3 suplexes, and then Matt yells at Nick, "Get your ass over here!" Indy Taker on to Hangman, takes him out for that segment of the match. Then they go for he kicked out, and then they go 3. Then they focus. Matt was trying to get Nick work heel on Kenny. Super kick, super kick, super kick. They hit Kenny with the golden trigger, the golden lovers, Kenny and Kota Ibushi's finisher, the golden knee, the Bulmaye trigger, the V trigger and the Bulmaye knee. And Kenny kicks out at 1, and the place erupts. I was like, this fucking, that was amazing. That, They bring him to Golden Lovers. Again, that match between the Bucks and the Golden Lovers is amazing. This, again, another great tag team match. Anytime the Elite versus the Elite is amazing. He kicks out at 1. Places erupts. Hangman gets involved. Kenny goes for the one wing again, but he can't hit it because of his arm. Because the Bucks worked his arm. Matt was just working it, dropping his knee. Took the tape off. Worked it. He couldn't hit the one wing. Matt got out. Super kick to Kenny. Tags in Hangman. Hangman hits the one-winged angel. Kenny's move. Nick breaks it up. And then just to go to the finish of the match, Hangman just said enough. He finally hit a buckshot lariat on Nick. Hits the buckshot lariat onto Matt in the ring. Retains the titles. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page are still your AEW Tag Team Champions. Post-match, the Bucks are like, oh, this was all for good spirit. This is all for, just the belts. This was for the company. And Kenny kind of accepts, like, yeah, whatever, shakes their hand. Hangman continues not to. He's like, I don't want to be an Elite anymore. Walks out to the ring onto the apron. As the Elite, Kenny and the Bucks celebrate, you see Hangman just kind of bobbling on the top rope. Maybe going to hit a buckshot lariat onto Kenny. Kenny turns around and Hangman's just like, come on, man. He holds the rope, so they go out. Hangman grabs a beer and moves on to their still tag team champions. They no tease. They continue to tease the breakup. Not yet. I did not watch, and then we'll go to the women's tag team, the women's title match. I really did not care. I wasn't interested, but Nyla retained the title. I saw some of the match was okay. A little couple of botches, but when the crowd was dead from the match before, being from the Bucks. So this was a kind of a rest match. Nyla retains with like a super powerbomb from the top rope, or the beast bomb, whatever she calls it. She still, after her first defense, continues to hold the title. Moving on to MJF versus Cody, and I'm going to be completely honest. I was invested in this match for the feud. The build-up was amazing. I was not impressed with this match. Some people really were because it was more of an old Western style match, like an NWA kind of match. I really wasn't invested. I don't know. There was something about this match I just didn't click with me. Cody and MJF. Cody had this new tattoo on his neck with the Nightmare Family logo. Cody, that's just not it. Why did you get it on your neck? It's terrible. I saw that. I'm sitting there watching the highlights, and I'm like, I saw it on Twitter. Everyone was like making fun of it. I'm like, why the hell would you get that on your neck? But I guess he has it. The match itself, I mean, it was slower. Cody, I just don't like MJF. So there's something about it, just that lingering, just seeing MJF just pisses me off. What's it called? Brandy threw herself at Wardlow. I thought that was funny. She goes like a suicide dive on Wardlow. She threw a beer. She threw a beer in Wardlow's face first. Wardlow kind of tries, like, I'm going to kill you, threw a beer. Slowly chases him. Brandy went behind Arn. Cody with a suicide dive. MJF was working Cody's foot because he broke his toes in the cage match against Wardlow on Wednesday. So MJF's deal was he's going to takes the boot off of Cody and bites his toes. Okay. This is supposed to be a blood feud, and we have MJF biting Cody's toes. Professional wrestling. And then, which makes no sense to me, how they did it. I was okay with the blood, but Cody hits a beautiful disaster kick with the non-boot shoe with his toes, hits the beautiful disaster kick, and then the Wardlow stuff happened. Arn goes over to Wardlow with a chair, like, pissed off. Cody goes and gets MJF. MJF is bleeding because he bladed, and he's bleeding. And yes, should this match have had blood? Yes. The way you used it and the spot you used it on, you hit him with the beautiful disaster kick without your shoe. This is about this match. I just didn't. I wanted to see MJF get his ass kicked. Him bleeding, cool. But just, they did it, and I just don't like how they did it. I don't know. And this should have been like a no DQ match. This should have been no DQ. I had a stipulation on it because this kind of feud needed it, but having a no DQ. But the ref kind of made it no DQ because MJF took the belt off of the weight belt off Cody. The ref takes it away, puts it in the corner. Cody low blows him, and then he picks up the belt and he hits someone at once. And the ref's like, "Come on!" And then Cody just goes, look at this, it's MJF. And he goes, the ref turns back and says, all right, hit him. And drills him, throws the belt in. This is the finish. MJF's in the corner, quivering. He gets handed the Dynamite Diamond ring from Wardlow. I don't know if it was in his gear. He gave it to him at this spot. He starts hugging Cody, like hanging. He's like, I'm sorry. Spits in Cody's face. Crossroads. Cody goes for a third crossroads. MJF hits him with the knee, turns around, Dynamite Dine, punches him in the face, and he just bounced off the rope into the cover. 1, 2, 3. MJF defeats Cody. Again, the match was, I guess, decent. It's just, I don't know. It should have been a hardcore match or like some kind of stipulation. It could have been a strap match. It needed no DQ. And the blade job was just, I don't know. The blade job was good itself, but just not what. Just the spot to make it wasn't good. After that, we got my favorite match of the night because of how amazing this was. Orange Cassidy and Pac. Orange Cassidy's a fucking god, bro. The whole gimmick with his hands in his pocket and not giving a shit is amazing. They straight away, goes for the pin, goes for the hands in the pocket. Pac catches him, pushes him over. Then he gives an arm drag, puts his hands in the pocket, and then he does all of his offense with his hands in his pockets. And then, of course, when Pac got back, hit a tilt-a-war backbreaker onto Orange Cassidy. Pac started working him over, started beating him up. He goes for the red arrow, black arrow, whatever he calls it now. And Orange Cassidy rolls out of the ring to the other side. So Pac throws him back in the ring, and he goes for the other turnbuckle, and he rolls out of the ring. He does this, and then Pac just goes around, stops him, looks at him. Orange Cassidy just sits there and smiles at him. He gets up. Pac is like, whatever. He goes to run around. Orange Cassidy dives, suicide dive, and then he starts carry. It's like a running stunner. You hit him with a Superman punch. I thought it was hysterical. Little Roman Reigns nod. Superman punch to Pac. Then he hit the tilt-a-war DDT from the top rope. Then he hit a crossbody, and Pac kicks out. Get to the finish. The Lucha Bros come out, attack Beretta, or Trent. Sorry, not Trent, Beretta. They come down and start. The ref's like, go get out of here. Chucky T goes over the top, hits him with a suicide dive. They battle to the top, and then Pac puts the brutalizer onto Orange Cassidy. He taps out. Pac gets the win, gets his win back from losing the Iron Man match to Omega. And Orange Cassidy looks really good in defeat. And this was, I love Orange Cassidy, and this just made me love him even more. God, this guy is amazing. Main event time, Jon Moxley taking on the AEW champion, Le Champion, Chris Jericho. It's Moxley and Jericho. The feud has been great. Of course, Moxley has his little eye patch from the spike. And straight away, you got Moxley biting. Well, this wasn't right away, but they start brawl. They start with a hockey fight. They go outside. They battled around the crowd. Jericho threw a water bottle in his face. He hit him with the barricade. They go over to the timekeeper's area, and Moxley bites Jericho's eye. The AEW is freaking weird. They got some weird fetishes out there. What? Biting and eye biting and foot fetish. I don't know. What the fuck? I laughed. This is the wrestling that they actually think about wrestling, and this is the shit I'm talking about. God damn it, AEW. Jericho. Oh, then Jericho powerbombs Moxley. They have a little table for the bell. It's a tiny, maybe 14 by 21 little table. Jericho powerbombs him where the bell is. Powerbombs him on it. Going down there. They brawl. Moxley reverses the Walls of Jericho into Walls of Jericho themselves. He reversed the Randy Couture, taught him the knee bar or whatever. Reversed him the knee bar. Ortiz had the sock baseball thing, hits him with it, then hit the sock ball into the lion saw, which I just love that Jericho's 53 years old and has gained some weight and he still has his moonsault, the moveset. He's still in the lion saw, and that's why Jericho's the greatest wrestler of all time. Like I said, Mox reverses the Walls of Jericho in his own. Getting to the finish, just the chaos of Ortiz and Santana were ringside the whole match. Hager comes out, hits Moxley with it. Aubrey Edwards with the greatest throwing out ejection of ever. Goes, you three, rolls up. The crowd is building up with it. Throws him out. She's dealing with Ortiz, Hager, and Santana. When Sammy Guevara, who's the only member of Inner Circle that was not at ringside, comes out from the crowd, takes the AEW Championship, clocks Moxley with it, runs that away. Jericho pins Moxley. 1, 2. Moxley kicks out. The place goes nuts. Then Jericho works the other eye, the non-injured eye of Moxley. So now he's playing. He can't see anything. Jericho hit a codebreaker. And then Jericho goes for the Judas Effect elbow, which is in his new finish now. And Moxley gets out of the way. And then Moxley has a quick paradigm shift. The crowd's like, whoa. And of course he reveals he can see. Hits Jericho with an elevated, more of a Death Rider paradigm shift. 1, 2, 3. Jon Moxley is your new AEW World Champion. Place didn't go as nuts as I thought. The camera side people didn't go nuts, but you see on the side they were marking out. I don't know what was going on, but I thought the crowd would like go up, mark out a lot more. They didn't. Moxley is your new AEW Champion. Chris Jericho has his band Fozzy goes on tour in April, so he'll probably do the Blood and Guts. What they announced, the Blood and Guts at the Prudential Center. The War Games match, pretty much. They didn't call it War Games, but War Games match is going to happen. I could see them writing Jericho off TV on that episode. Have the Inner Circle take on like a team of Darby, Moxley, just trying to think who else. The Bucks, or there's a bunch of baby faces beating up the Inner Circle. Maybe write Jericho off TV so he can go do his band. But overall, this show was really good. Out of 10, I'd give it a 9.5. This was a really good show after the crappy Saudi Arabia show WWE put on. This was. This is amazing. And I am biased to NXT. I do watch more NXT than I watch AEW. I do watch AEW. Like, I'll be flipping back and forth commercial break, but I think AEW today kicked WWE's ass this weekend. And I maybe start doing more AEW stuff on the channel. Who knows? So this is coming out March 1st. I will have tomorrow will be my first football video on the channel. We're going to have the New York Giants. What would I do if I had my dream way? I can do anything I want. Giants off-season video, that'll be coming out tomorrow. And we will see I don't know what else is. I got to check my schedule, but I know we're definitely getting that tomorrow. And, a vlog. We're having my first vlog will be out over the weekend. I'm going to meet Ricochet in New Jersey, so that vlog will be coming out on the weekend. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment. Tell me, guys, if you watched AEW Revolution, what did you guys think of the show? And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.